This video goes out to my peeps, to just the realtors and the mortgage brokers. Anybody can watch, anybody can listen, that's great, but this one's particularly for all you folks in Canada. And even more particularly for Ontario, BC, maybe a few Atlantic Canada realtors, but really Ontario and British Columbia. So it has been a crap year. It just has been lousy. It's not been good. All right. It's been hard. These are the record lowest unit sales. Seriously, multi-decades, like 20, 25, 26 years since they started keeping track of the sales in the GTA and the TREB system. The worst. Oh, by the way, there's about 4 million more people than 20 years ago in Ontario. BC, not quite as bad, but pretty bad. Alberta's doing fine. So I want to reach out to my peeps and the mortgage brokers, because there's a lot less purchases. That's been really tough. It's been a really rough year. So here's my message. It ain't getting better. Like, it will eventually get better, but it's not getting better in January or February. Everybody believes there's going to be a robust spring market in real estate because the rates will come down. And by the way, the rates will come down. They're just not going to be 2.49. They're not going to be 2.99. They're not going to be 3.99. There may be some rates, mortgage rates, in the 4% range, and maybe not all of them, and maybe not immediately, but rates will come down. So, won't the purchase market just surge? Yeah, maybe not. Maybe it's going to be that rough recession, that series of problems that just takes people's will to really get into the real estate market. Maybe it's just people love their homes. People want to buy. People who don't have a home now want to buy. Let's face facts. It's true. But there's just times when the circumstances are against it. We've seen that for the better part of this year. Very, very low sales. And unfortunately, I think we're going to see it for at least the first full quarter again. And maybe the spring market in British Columbia and Ontario won't be as hot as people are really hoping for. So the real estate peeps, mortgage broker gals and bros, hey, it's probably not going to be great. There is a big renewal surge for the mortgage brokers. Going to see a lot more of that for the next year. Also, it's going to be competitive, and it's not necessarily going to save everybody. So this sounds like doom and gloom, but what it is reality, okay? Everybody out there who is in our world, who thinks that by magic, when rates start with a 4, it's going to boom just like it did last spring. It's going to go wild. It just may not. There's lots of little economic issues coalescing together to really put a bit of a damper on the whole economy. And that may mean a damper on sales of homes. So, am I pessimistic? Little. Am I optimistic? Maybe, because it's a race. It's a race between bad economic conditions and lower rates. And I've gone through a period of time in the 1990s when rates coming down didn't automatically boost the housing market because there was just that much economic difficulty. So, and does that mean Alberta's going to have it hard? I don't know. Those guys have got a great market right now. They're doing a lot of things right. Things are going well. Real estate, mortgages in Alberta, God bless. We're licensed in Alberta. We love Alberta, all right? Things are a little tougher, particularly here in Ontario. Things are looking rocky. There probably will be a bit of an upsurge in the spring. But if everybody, real estate and mortgage brokerage, who's thinking, I don't know if I can hang in. Don't just believe that everything's going to turn around in February, because it may not. And assess your situation correctly. Determine that you can get by for possibly another slow 6 months, and work your plan, whether it's reducing expenses, finding other kinds of work, whatever the case may be. This is not all negative. The market will turn around eventually. We had 400,000 people come to Canada in the last 3 months. It'll turn around, but be cautious, be careful, and be wary of easy switches, easy solutions. Just switching teams isn't always the solution. And also, as a final note, and I think it's important, for everybody out there in the real estate and mortgage business, if you find the commission checks are running really slow, be very, very worried, because eventually there will be some brokerages get into trouble. Not many, most are solid. Don't get me wrong, but you got to be cautious. If there's another 6 real slow months, you got to pay attention. You got to be careful. You got to be concerned. Don't let it run long.